Hi there, welcome back to Gadget Mad Lad. Oh, I've had a bit of an effort. Right, so I've been trying to put the lightning connector onto the macro, Game Boy Macro, and I've been any luck trying to find the pinouts, to the connector. So I've come up with a little tool hack slash thing that I thought might come in handy for anybody who's fault checking on any kind of board with a micro USB Type C or lightning or anything that's got data and power running through it essentially. This was, ignore that, in looking like that to you, it was basically just a micro USB, it's not a micro USB, a USB extender. So it's a male USB with a wire running through it to a female USB. So I come up with the conclusion, this has probably already been done, I thought it'd be pretty useful. So we don't need the male side of it, I've trimmed it like accordingly. I've tinned all the wires. And what I've also got here is I've got, from a UK plug socket, we've got these brass bits in the plugs, yeah, for like, holding this copper wires to the fuse and stuff like that. Well, I've done it, I've wrapped a bit of enamel wire around it so I can, it has got a bit of a plastic thing around these, so I've just cut that off to give it like a bit of an inlay. And I've just put a bit of solder and a wire there so I get a nice, steady connection. Same with these two, they're a little bit different then. But the plan is, so I'm going to solder each of these wires to one of these, and you'll see the point of it at the end of the video when I show my multimeter, because it's quite a funky idea, I thought, so it shouldn't take too long. So basically we're going, I figured these two little ones could be the data ones and the two big ones could be the power. So let's go straight in with that then. So let's go. The reason I'm not doing it on the actual board, that's why it's a weird angle right now, is because the brasky is really hot and it's going to melt my actual work mat if I do, so gotta be careful whilst doing so. Originally, I actually made this yesterday for an iPhone adapter, but then I was looking at the adapter for this, the female to a female extender kind of thing, and I thought, bloody hell, that's a better idea than just doing it per cable, because then I can just attach any cable I want to this, and I'll be able to find out where the data plus, data minus, positive and negative got run to on the board. So it's just a case of applying right amount of heat to it. Let's find where the solder sticks. Should be any second. Yep, feel good. Give it a little blow, and that's the ground in place. This piece here is to the actual shielding. I was gonna put one of the, I couldn't find four, so I'm gonna do that like off camera, add another one for that. I think it's just ground, to be honest with you, so don't hold me to that though, that's not something I definitively know. So, right, so next we'll do that's it. They retain the heat a lot. So I've kind of like not got, I can't touch it for a good few minutes afterwards, that's why I'm trying to do it in this order. So right now, same dealio again, just apply the heat until we see it melting. Once you see it start to melt, I'll stick the red wire down. So bend that a little bit so get in the right angle. Sorry if I'm not showing this good, but you have to zoom in or something. It's nothing complicated though, it's each brass piece is had a bit of flux put to it to make the solder stick to the actual piece itself. Bugger. And I've tinned the wires accordingly prior to the video, to try and save a bit of time. Gives you a nice steady connection. That seems fine. So them two can move to the side now. Now we need to come in with the white and the green. I think green is data plus and white is data minus, but it could be the other way around. Don't hold me to that. Maybe Google female USB pinout on Google and click on images. That's what I usually do. I should have a little like file on my phone or something that I keep, but I always lose track of the images, so I'm just googling it again. But with this should help me a bit anyway. Like I said, look at this brass, it retains the heat so much. So you need to kind of hold it in place for a second Otherwise, it'll stay soft, the solder, and you'll just pull it back out again. Obviously, you can do it in whichever order you want. You could use all 4 little ones or all 4 big ones. It doesn't make no difference really, because the plan is to wrap them in a little bit of grounding tape so they don't shot against each other. But I don't have to do that in this video. I'm guessing you know what tape looks like. Obviously, I'll show you some. We'll do one of them. The one I'm testing. I'll show you the ground or something on an iPhone fast charger. The male like data cable thing. I'll connect that to this, and then you can see it working. Solder down away. Like I said, hold it steady for a second because it stays molten for a little bit longer because it's brass. The good thing about brass is, right, copper tends to naturally oxidize quite quick, so you're not always got a nice clean connection for your multimeter. But with brass, it can get quite dirty before it even loses connection. So obviously you still clean it, you know what I mean? But like, this is gonna be a really useful tool for years to come. This, I would have thought. I mean, ideally, what you could do, you could get if you put some heat shrink on these wires first and a bit over this, you could make it all nice and tidy, make it look a little decent, tool or whatever. Right, so while that's cooling down, what I'll do so I don't burn my fingers off, I have here a Power Geek Awesome 2.4 amp Android sync and charge cable. It's not Android, it's call it Lightning. Lightning, yeah, it's Lightning, yeah. Forgot my headphones wasn't screwed on properly. It's nothing great or anything, it's just a fancy little, I say fancy, it's meant to be fancy looking, but it's nothing great. I haven't actually got an iPhone to test it with, but you'll see the point in a second. Let's get this out, move all that packaging away. So we've got a brand new cable there, quite fancy if I do say so myself. No used to it because I've not even got an iPhone, but I might find use for that somewhere though. It's not even faux leather. It wishes it was faux leather. That's so fake it is ungoddamn believable. Right, so anyway, we've got a kind of leather encased data cable for an iPhone Lightning connector thingamabob. Well, that's doing what it's doing. I will show you this. This is my multimeter. I bought it in a soldering set about a year or 2 ago, and it essentially didn't work straight away. So what I had to do, I had to crack the thing open, and these weren't making connection on the inside. So what I had to do, I had to solder them on the inside, to make a really, really steady connection. Loads of solder because they're massive ports. And it works now, kind of. It's a little bit touch and go over there, but it works. But the point is, I turn it to continuity. One sec, put this there so something. You can hear this or not? It's a bit touch and go, like I said, but you can hear that or not, yeah? That means continuity, yeah? Right, so if I, one second, put that to one side, just while I do this, get my little flathead screwdriver out, as we see here. If you grab still up, it's warm, we're all good. Right, so if I loosen this with a flathead screwdriver, and I stick, say, the black one inside there, it's like a little ridge thing, it's below the point where the neck kind of tapers in. If we get it rough around there, we'll get a really nice clamp around it. And we just tighten the screw. And with that, insert like so, that now gives me the ability, with no need for helping hands or anything, as long as they don't touch against each other, should be all good. But if you look here, on the actual, one sec, it'd have plugged it in, wouldn't it? I always do silly things like that. So, in the female side of it, we plug the USB of choice, whichever you're testing, for, where they run to or whatever. Plug it in, and we should, if all's gone correct, be able to wear it or not. I'll try and keep it near it so you can. But one of them, if I'm not mistaken, 3 of them, I think, or 2. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So this one this is the ground. I'm guessing if I flip it around, it'll be the same on that side. Yeah. So there you go. It worked with micro USB, it worked with lightning. It's quite a useful little tool, and obviously you can test for any of the, like example, say you want to see where a data line runs on the board. You can connect the micro USB cable or Type C cable or whatever to it, and then connect the other end to this, and you'll be able to see whether each of the right wires one. So obviously you'll need to stop doing some shorting with each other because brass is very conductive. So obviously that's a big, in other words, you put this anywhere near a board as it is right now, and it will cause a short or something. But obviously, if you act accordingly, which I will quickly show you now. So I've got some tape knocking about. Yeah, see this? If I say, cut a piece like so. Scissors, there we go. Piece of tape like that. Wrap it around. Say, we want to show the circle, the circle hole, but we want to keep that free, obviously, so don't go covering that. But everywhere else should be pretty much fine to cover. You just want to keep a little bit, to grip to, whatever. Obviously, I could do better than that, but you get the point, obviously. I could do a lot better than that, and I will do a lot better than that. Like I said, heat shrink tubing probably would be a way to go with this. But I think it's a really useful tool myself, and no doubt it'll last me for years to come. Probably seen a few more videos coming up as well. I had the DSi Easy Made Easy. I've not give up on that yet, so don't go thinking that it's a total failure. It was a failure as of yet, but I think I did something to the board or something. I just need to get to order some more broken screens to be able to revisit that. So as soon as I do, promise you I'll be straight back to that one. I'm going to be adding a speaker mod to a macro very soon. So tune in for that one. I'm off to bed now, so hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.